Hey guys, it's Gothic Slenderman again, and yes, it's been about a week since I made my last video. I'm sorry, yesterday I recorded a fucked up Friday, but I didn't want to release it on a Saturday, nor very early today, so it will come, later this week, and I'll probably just tell you, hey, it's Saturday, but really, it was re-uploaded, actually, first time being uploaded this Friday, so I apologize for that. It's just, I just got into my new work schedule, and it's just some things I have to get used to before, well, actually, I think I'm getting used to it, but pretty soon I have to take a shower and then go to bed to go to work. Yep, so I apologize for not making any videos or any updates as to why I haven't made a video in a while. Just consider this the explanation, and if it's not good, I'm sorry. But that is not the point, because I have a special announcement for you guys. I'm sure I told you guys a lot of times that I want to explore other things I can do besides just YouTube videos, blogs, short films, top 10s, webcomics, literature, other things like that. So, I want to experiment, and I say experiment, as a kind of like more of a hobby, with indie gaming or game development. I'm not saying like big games like, I'm gonna make a fucking Saints Row or Super Mario 3D World. I mean, this would be the first game I ever fully create, so for one, it wouldn't be that great. Two, it probably wouldn't be that polished or anything, so don't get too excited. But I'm excited personally because this is the first game I'm ever creating. I'm making it in GameMaker 8.1, which, yes, I know is not the best program out there. GameMaker Studio alone is better than GameMaker 8.1, but I was stupid and didn't even know GameMaker Studio even existed. So, when I get enough money, which I rarely have any money at this point in time, I will get GameMaker Studio for future projects, but GameMaker 8.1 will be for this project. And I don't have a name for it because, well, this idea was made probably back in 2011 or 12, I can't remember. But originally went by the name Shapehoria because it took place in a world called Shapehoria. But I don't think that's really a good name, and I don't think the world's name is Shapehoria anymore. So what's this project all about? Well, if you know me personally, I like 2D platformers. They're fun. Sometimes you get blazed through them. Sometimes you gotta take your time and collect everything. I'm a completionist on certain things. And I just like 2D platformers. I'm kind of shocked there isn't a lot of 2D platformers in the indie game community. When there is, usually just retro games or insane games for an older audience. I mean, not to say I don't like the indie gaming community or the 2D platformers that have come from the indie game community. In fact, one of my favorite games from the indie game community is Super Meat Boy. But I wanted to create a 2D platformer that would be for everyone, kind of like Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, and all that stuff. Like, Crash Bandicoot's a 3D platformer, but he's a platformer nonetheless. So I wanted to create something simple that anyone can enjoy, even though it probably wouldn't be the most polished thing out there. Look at me, I feel like I'm talking like I'm a Nintendo executive or someone at Sony or Microsoft. So when creating this game, I wanted to make a character that I can revolve around. And this here is the main character. Yes, there are 8 different versions because I want you guys to choose the color scheme. I had the original color scheme was purple and blue, well, with blue eyes, I mean. But I really want something that could fit for everyone. Now, keep in mind, options H and I are not in the voting because I make too many characters that have a gray or black color scheme, like nearly every character in the Incarnation of Quench-Demania webcomic, a lot of characters from Bloody Madness, the other webcomic. I want to make a character that's more bright and colorful, which is kind of weird because I focus more on a dark, gory story than anything else. But I wanted to go for something more bright this time. Not like bright as in, bright as in like, kind of like Mario and Sonic bright. Or it's just like not gore everywhere, but it's still not considered too kiddie. You choose these options except H and I. You cannot choose those. And yes, I accidentally skipped D because I'm a goddamn idiot. And you can also choose a name for this character. The original name was Valence, but I wanted something that would roll off the tongue like Sonic the Hedgehog, Rayman, Pac-Man. But if you guys can think of a name, also put that in the comments below. Remember, H and I are not in the voting, and some of my Facebook friends have already put their own suggestions as well. To make sure I made a 2D platforming character that was reminiscent of the newer and older ones from other 2D platformers and some 3D platformers, I took inspiration from some of the most popular platforming characters, like 10 or 11. Mario, Kirby, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Rayman, Sackboy, Meat Boy, Earthworm, Jim, and Crash Bandicoot. And I got together all the things that these characters had in common. One thing was they had a distinct color, one single color that represented them more than any other color. Like for Mario, that's red, Sonic, that's blue, Kirby, that's pink, Crash, that's orange. So that's how I got these color schemes. I also figured out that most of them, with the exception of Earthworm Jim and Sonic the Hedgehog, are silent characters, so this character will not really have a lot to say. I also figured out in most of their games, they don't really have a story to go by, well, at least in-game. You usually find a story in, like, the instruction manual. So within the game, you will not find an exact story. You may be able to find one in, like, another option, like, in the options you can find story of the game. But I'll make sure that there's, like, not really a big story to follow, so that people can just go ahead and start playing whatever the hell they want and continue playing without any interruptions. Not to say I don't like cutscenes, but I want to make this as much of a traditional platformer as possible. I've already made some concept art, and you can see the full concept art, both the character color schemes and this concept art within my DeviantArt, which will be in the link in the description as always. If you guys have any ideas for this project besides what color scheme this character should go by, what his name should be, or what the name of the game should be, you can also put those in the comments below. I may experiment with other ideas in the indie game community. Granted, they'll probably be like small iPhone games, which will probably even never be released on iPhones. They'll probably just be released on like Game Jolt, which is not a bad place to release games, but what I'm saying is they're not going to be like the most fantastic thing out there. In fact, I just wanted to tell you guys to get your opinions on this said kind of topic. If you guys have any ideas, put them in the comments below. And I'm sorry I haven't made a lot of videos lately. Work schedule has been getting to me, and I need to balance things more often and figure out a better way of consisting my schedule. So if you have any ideas, put them in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, maybe favorite, and subscribe if you want to see some more. I make videos almost every day. Sorry, it's the past fucking week I didn't get to, because Zachary's a dumb fuck that can't get used to his own work schedule. And remember, we all see fish in the ceiling at least once in our lives.